It's Ash from Super Videos back for another episode of Dead Talk series, or our Dead Talk series, or our Q&A session, whichever you want to call it. This is number 219. Now in this one we're going to talk about our regular Walking Dead stuff, but because I played The Last of Us Part 2 recently and I posted it on the channel, and there was a lot of people who kind of wanted me to talk about certain stuff about The Last of Us. This one in particular is called Dead Talk Series Last of Us 2 Edition. That doesn't mean we're only going to talk about The Last of Us, but that's going to be a part of the discussion, I'm sure. But you know, you can ask any questions. I'll answer any questions. Walking Dead related, Fear the Walking Dead related, World Beyond, Stranger Things, Breaking Bad, The Last of Us, anything you might want to ask a question about, I'm here to answer. I see there's 2 people watching, but there's no questions yet, so we'll give people a few minutes to join the live here. Let me just make sure I posted this on Twitter so people know I'm live. Yeah, we should be good. While we wait for people to show up, one or a few quick announcements about the channel. As you have heard me talk about before in other videos, we are going back to our regular schedule starting this week, which means that we're doing our Stranger Things and Breaking Bad reactions on a week basis. We have obviously our Friday night Q&As like this one back as regular. And when Walking Dead returns, we'll have our Walking Dead schedule back. At this point, because we don't know when Walking Dead is going to be back, we just have this schedule in its place. It doesn't mean that we're going to stop with the Breaking Bad and Stranger Things reactions. When Walking Dead is back, we're going to continue those. It's just that they may not be uploaded as frequently if there's Walking Dead videos to be posted, but if there isn't any, and if I'm able to post them as regular, they'll be posted as regular. But we're not gonna stop doing those reactions when Walking Dead is back. The other thing I do want to mention is, since we're done with The Last of Us 2 gameplays, we might put something there in terms of another piece to what we do on the channel, aside from Stranger Things and Breaking Bad, which is most likely going to be another reaction to another series. But I don't know what I'm going to start yet, so I'm not going to kind of say anything about that yet, but we'll be doing that in a few weeks. But yeah, the other thing I want to mention, next week there will be no videos posted, but we should be back to our regular, or we should be back to continuing what we're doing starting the week after that. So nothing starting next week, or nothing next week, but then after that we'll be back with other videos like regular. SSJ King Ken says, hi, how are you? Glad you could join, King Ken. And then he asks, how do you like Stranger Things? To be honest, I enjoyed season 1 a lot better than season 2. I enjoyed season 1 a lot more than season 3 so far. I'm not saying season 3 is bad, it's just that there was something about the first season that kind of made you stick with the story. And I feel like it's a little bit of recycled material at this point. Yes, we're getting new characters. Yes, we're getting kind of new ways to explore the same storyline, but it does feel a little repetitive. But that doesn't mean I don't like it or anything like that. It's just that I enjoyed the first one a lot better because it was unique. It was kind of its own, you know what I mean? seasons 2 and 3 kind of piggybacked off of what they did in season 1. But I am enjoying it. It's just that I enjoyed season 1 a lot better. And I think many fans as well, but I don't want to speak on their behalf, obviously. For me, though, I enjoyed season 1 a lot better. King Ken, Last of Us 2 was good, but a big step down. Yes, I did my review. If you want to check it out, I did like a 20-minute review of it. So if you're looking for my in-depth thoughts on that, go check it out. It's one of the recent videos I posted. But I think the best way to summarize my thoughts is it was a beautiful but disappointing masterpiece. I think I phrased it something like that. It was good, but it could have been great. Like if we look at just The Last of Us 2 on its own, it's pretty good. But if we look at how it connects back to the first game and how it's sequel and how everything comes together, it's a little bit of a disappointment. And maybe how they could have avoided it is just deal with the deal with the Joel situation a little differently. I'm not saying that he shouldn't have died, or spoiler warning by the way, I'm not saying he shouldn't have died, but the way they did it and how they built it up was a little bit of a disappointment. Like I feel like it was a way for them to push the story forward, but they could have pushed the story in the same direction in a different way, if it makes any sense. But I just feel like they used his death as the catalyst to the revenge story that they had set up. And they could have very well done the same story if, let's say, they killed, for example, Dina. That would, I think, in my opinion, push Ellie more or less at the same rate to getting that revenge that she's after. Even if they did it with Jesse, it would have been a less big death, but think about it. Jesse's death would have meant it's gonna hit Dina pretty hard. And because of Ellie and Dina's relationship, Ellie's gonna want to take revenge for Dina, not just for Jesse. So I feel like they could have done it differently, but still had Joel in the picture. I think Joel would have died sooner or later. It was inevitable because of what they set up in the first game, but I feel like it was too early in the second game to do that. King Ken, what will you react to later after you're done with after you're done with Well, right now we're reacting to Walking Dead consistently and covering Walking Dead, but I'm also reacting to Stranger Things and Breaking Bad. After Stranger Things is done, because it's just season 3 that I have to get caught up on, after season 3 of Stranger Things, I'm going to start with another show. I don't know what that's going to be just yet, but we are going to replace that with another show. And I'm going to start reacting to it. King Ken, can you finish The Walking Dead game season 4? That's a tricky one. Yes, I'm planning to do that. I'm planning to get that, done. But there's two things. There's two problems. Problem one is I had to clean up my storage on my PS4 to be able to install Last of Us because it was so big. And I think I had to delete the Walking Dead stuff, like in terms of the saved data. So because of the way the game is, and because everything relies on your decisions and so on, I don't know if it makes sense for me to just start season 4 with preset decisions. That aside, leaving that aside, there's two other problems. The other problem is live streaming it. As you can tell, or as people who joined could tell, live streaming gameplays slows it down a lot. One sec. Like it introduces a lot of lag to the stream. So because of that, it makes the game for me playing it a little more weird and less exciting and interesting because there's just lag in it. And for the audience, I'm sure it's going to impact them. So if I'm going to do it, I'm going to have to do it as like a separate, as a video, like a video that I post, not a live, just like what we did with The Last of Us. The last problem, to be completely honest with you, after season 3, I think it was season 3, where they like went to that community and who was it? It was what was his name? The dude with the eye patch. He left, right? He left Clementine to just go to this community. After that point, I really lost interest in the story, just a little bit. We got entirely new characters. I'm sure there's going to be connections at some point with Clementine and everything, but it just feels like that story ended, and I think it was good. But then it just doesn't draw me back to play season 4 and so on. But if people really want it, then we're gonna have to figure out what to do with the with the game data situation, like I said. But then when we figure that out, then I'll be able to just post videos for it and just play it and continue playing it. But yeah, that was a good question though. I'm sure some people had that question because there was some people who actually were following that gameplay or me playing those gameplays. Zach Dixon, TWD. Did you hear they may get the season 10 finale released? The release date later tonight. Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's awesome. I'm super stoked to finally, like, understand when it's gonna come, or not understand, but like get a date. When is it gonna come back? Because everything relies on the finale, Walking Dead stuff. The Walking Dead season 10 finale is a bottleneck to everything else. So as soon as we can get that going, we'll be good. Zach Dixon, TWD says Angela Kang will be on Friday night with the Morgans. Oh, I didn't know that. I did watch some of the previous episodes for Friday Night with the Morgans. It's a pretty cool show. I mean, it's not Walking Dead, obviously. Like, they don't talk about just Walking Dead. There's some, they might actually just talk about Walking Dead here and there, but it's not exclusively Walking Dead. But it's just fun to watch. I think I watched the episode with Michael Cutlitz. I watched the episode with not Andrew Lincoln, with Norman Reedus. That was a more recent one. But yeah, I'll definitely check it out, the new one that's going to air tonight. I won't watch it live, obviously, but I'll watch it at some point. If I, watch it, I'm going to watch it specifically for what Angela Kang has to say about the finale, if nothing else. Mystic ONFN, do you love your mommy at all? Yes, I do. Zach Dixon TWD, sound great. Yeah, I'm assuming you mean with the Friday Night with the Morgans stuff that I talked about. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. If there's anything that I think it would add value for me to kind of add on to or talk about, I'll do a video on that specifically. Or if I don't make a video and you still want to hear my thoughts and stuff, when I watch it, you can ask questions about it on one of these live streams. You can just ask whether I watched or not, and then it'll be a good reminder as well if I forget to watch. Leo Novoa says, hey, how are you? Glad you could join, Leo. While we're waiting for questions, I'm just gonna check something real quick. I don't see the chat right now, so if you ask questions, I'll jump back on it in a minute. I'm just checking. Okay, we are good. I'm gonna butcher this name, but Chifu I'm just gonna call you Jay, if that's okay, because I probably butchered your name. Do you have a girlfriend? No, I don't. Mystic ONFN, do you love your daddy? Yes, I do. I think Mystic is gonna go through my whole family and keep asking me if I love each and every one of them. I love each and every one of them. You don't have to ask. We've been going for 20 minutes. Usually these streams are 30 minutes, so we'll go for 30 minutes. We might make it longer if there's enough people and enough questions. It doesn't look like there's enough questions today, so we'll just go for our usual 30-minute stream. So another 10 minutes or so, and we'll call it for this stream. Jay, I have no idea what you're talking about. There's a lot of random questions today. Okay, I'm gonna not answer the weird questions anymore. I'll wait for real questions. So I'm gonna ignore the random and just weird questions. Mystic ONFN, have you played the Walking the Telltale games? Yes, I have. The videos are on the channel. I think I played the first 3 seasons only. We started season 4, but I stopped. I talked about why, like like 15 minutes ago, but we're probably not gonna go back to it. But if there's enough people who want it, then yeah, maybe. Aether, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Yankee with no brim. Not sure what that means. SSJ King Ken, A. How are you, King Ken? You were here. I think you left and you're back now. So we'll go for another 5 minutes of live Q&A and then we'll call it a day. King Ken, his name is Ethan Jordan. He's my ex-friend. All right. That was off camera. I didn't know the camera was so low. There we go. Mystic ONFN, do you have killing your daddy? What? I don't even know what you're saying, Mystic. Aether, my name is William Harry Harrison. My name is Ash. But nice to meet you. Glad you could join the stream. There isn't a lot of questions today. Just surprising because I thought it'll be more active since we didn't have a live for like maybe 3 weeks. But anyway. Yeah. All right, we'll go for another 3 minutes. There's like no questions, so I'll stick around for another 3 minutes, and then we'll call it the end of the stream. King Ken, last question. Do you like any anime? No, I'm actually not an anime person. I know people who like and love anime, but myself personally, I'm not into anime. Mystic ONFN, have you ever played anything in the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise? It has interesting lore. I'm not sure if you meant gore or what. No, I don't know that series. Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights at Freddy's. No, I don't know that franchise. So I'll talk about the announcements again real quick, just in case people missed it at the start, and we'll call it a day. First announcement, we're back with our regular schedule. So this week we finished Last of Us. Obviously, last 3 weeks we were doing that. Last of Us 2, we were done that. Now we're back on our regular schedule. So we're doing Breaking Bad and Stranger Things reactions. They usually happen Monday and Wednesdays, but sometimes it's off by a few days. But we have those, and once Stranger Things is done, like I said, we're gonna replace that with something else. But once Walking Dead is back, we're gonna go back to our Walking Dead schedule, but we're still gonna continue with the Stranger Things and Breaking Bad reactions, or anything we replace Stranger Things with. It's just that they might not come out as frequently as they do now. The other thing, there will be no videos next week, no lives next Friday, live streams I mean. But the week after that, we should be back on track with our regular schedule. I might do a video this weekend, I might not. Depends on whether there's any topics that I feel like I should do a video on. But if I do a video, it'll most likely be Walking Dead related. But I don't know if there's a topic to talk about yet. The Friday night with the Morgans thing that was mentioned, that might trigger like a video. So that might happen, but I don't know yet. But with all of that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Hopefully you guys can join us next time, not next Friday, but the Friday after that for the next stream. But with all of that said, hope you guys enjoyed this. See you next time for another super video.